Hi, I'm Shaw Grigsby. Welcome to Gainesville, Florida. This is where I was born, raised, still live here, long time, 65 years. It's a great place. Gainesville's got the College University of Florida. It's got some great fishing with Noonan's Lake right in town, Orange and Loch Loosa. It's just famous big bass lakes. Plus, within an hour either side, I can go to the Atlantic or Gulf, which I love my saltwater. So come on, let's check out my bass cave. So this is my bass cave, and it's a metal building, 60 by 40. I used to have it where you could drive through. So big doors, 14 foot high, 12 wide, for having big saltwater boats and such like that. But this side, bass side, and I had a problem with the door, so I don't drive through anymore. I just back them in, but it's still cool. And then over here, I've got tackle. I've got some old tackle over here from years and years ago. But then starts the current stuff, the stuff I use all the time. I mean, some of my favorite baits in the world right here, the Rage Bug from Strike King. I've got, some crankbaits, finesse fishing, and I just line it up. And so back in the day, I had a TV show and it aired, I think, 22 or 23 seasons. And so in doing that, I would do shows on a particular bait. So, some of this is really old packaging, but, a bait that's just awesome. You can see the dust all over it. The 1XS, extra shallow, the Series 1. It's incredible, some of these baits, and they're still great baits and work tremendous. Some of them aren't made anymore, and some are made, and some have been really, just perfect. Like, the KBD Splash is amazing as opposed to the Spittin' King that we used to use. So we have just some really great baits here. All right, so we get to this section, and this is like my old stuff. So, I mean, I've got stuff down here from the early 70s. You can see some, Eagle Claw hooks here, which I've been with Eagle Claw forever. And I think these are all like HP hooks, which, my buddy and I, you can see, my buddy and I designed them. This isn't packaged. I thought I was going to grab a package out, but that's a really special one that they did. They actually did some nickel Teflon coated. That's what that is, real special. Hide those. Oh, and up here's cool. That's the tackle box. There's two tackle boxes there, the gray one and the brown one. The brown one was for my first Bassmaster Classic, 1986. They would give you or send you a tackle box. That's a Plano tackle box. And you had to fill it with tackle, and you had a weight limit of 10 pounds and 5 rods and reels. So you'd put 10 pounds, you'd weigh it and make sure you had it. And it was really tough to try to compile all your tackle down to 10 pounds. That was a tough deal, but that's what's up here. And, as I keep going, of course, got my Triton boat that stays in the center, my centerpiece. And then here's, a lot of the 3X, Zulus and Z2s and stuff like that. So a lot of this is more soft plastic, some old crankbaits and tackle boxes up here. Then I got, now this is getting into some ancient stuff, some back in the stuff of, got these shelving from a buddy of mine, and it'll have everything. Like I got all decals up in this top. This is all boat decals for when I wrap the boat and stuff, and different baits. So I mean, I've got baits. I've got the Lowrance box here that goes back into the ancient times. So these are all old transducers and cables and temp sensors, and I got hooks, and like I said, I've been with Eagle Claw my lifetime, so I got featherweight and laser sharps and hooks everywhere. My boat right here. Then I kind of get into some of the more junk spot of the deal, where I keep just stuff piled up. When my door broke up there, I started piling stuff in here, and then people decide, since you got a big building, my son says, bring your stuff and bring it over here and keep it. So over on here is This is taking care of my animals. These are all drums of corn. I feed my animals, which are deer, turkey, wild hogs. This is my son's boat, and it's a mud boat, so it's a gator tail, and it goes anywhere. I mean, I'm a Mercury guy. This thing does not need water. It just needs a little bit of moisture and some mud, and it'll go, and that's really cool. So I keep that over here for him. More tackle. I mean, I've got soft plastics here. I've got bullet weights, the tungsten weights. I got hooks. Of course, still got my baby, keep my baby right here. Here's some, you know, old stuff. Right here is kind of cool. So I put a couple of these up here. I did a show, and I, you know, every now and then I would do that where I would catch, if I can get it out of here, I would catch, you know, some big fish in the show, and I would take it and I would label it where it was. And I'm not sure, I don't have my glasses, but I know I caught one almost 10 on this. So I just kind of signed it and hung it up, and I know we caught like a 10 and some 8s and 7s. Ridiculous. Had a great, you know, that red eye shad from Strike King is amazing. So more baits, just keep baits and difference, and tackle boxes and hats, and most of the stuff, you know, I know what's here, and so I can dig in and get what I need and replenish at the end of a tournament. And then you come back with old rods, of course, Bob's Machine jack plate. That's my new boat. Should be in 3 weeks. Hopefully get time to rig it and get it ready for the first tournament. I got my jersey here, and something I love doing. We call them here in Florida, we call them specks. Everywhere else they call them crappie. I love crappie fishing. Got my little Lew's outfits for reaching out there, and I actually fished a professional crappie tournament this year and loved it. Absolutely loved it. And then of course this rod is kind of cool. I used to do 2 or 3 of them a year like this, gator hunting. Shattered this beast rod. I mean, this is just nothing but a pool cue, really stiff, and you put 80-pound braid or 65-pound braid and a big treble. I might even have the treble around here somewhere. Anyway, it's a Trocar 3/0, just beast hook, and you hook them, and of course, when you get them up and they're fighting them on the rod, as soon as you put a harpoon in them, the gator rolls. Well, when he rolls, it rolls your rod right down. You got the drag tight, and it just rolls your tip around the gator. So I used to lose 1 or 2 a year, and this year I lost 0. I was using the new Lew's rods, and I never lost one, which was really good. So anyway, love my gator hunting. Then I got my saltwater boat here. So this is an old Triton LTS 191. So it's a you know, it's kind of got a flats boat look, but it's still a bay boat. And it's an old one. It's an 05. Love every minute of it. Got the Mercury on the back, power pole, Lowrance electronics, and it's got the deck just like a flats boat. So I got a poling tower, which is where I love being. I keep my push poles right above you there, and so motor guide on it. I can trolling motor around, or I can push it along the flats. That's my fun fishing. When I get home, I'm saltwater fishing. We're so blessed because we got the Gulf, and they got the Atlantic, and really cool. So love getting really, you know, have drag stripping and something big pulling. So hey, let's go check out my my trophy room. So I don't keep anything out here. I have them in my office. Let's go check it out. This is where I keep, this is history for me. You know, I mean, everything from MLF and bass fishing and different awards for the TV show, and trophies, and, you know, windshield they did for when I was on the Sit-Go team. I keep a few mounts in here for my hunting because I enjoy hunting, and so I did that. And then the wall here is trophies. So those are all first place trophies back here, and they go way back. And of course, the one that started it all is the big one in the middle. That's Operation Bass Red Man, which was basically the start of FLW, which was the, you know, the part of MLF. So I won the Red Man All-American back in 1984, and that's you know, it was $100,000. The first time they had a $100,000 check in a tournament, and you know, I won it, and that helped launch all this. So you know, everything from my bow hunting to my fishing to my times, but this is the place that holds my memories right here. So I got my grandson and I, and first tarpon on fly, and great times with guys hunting, and I mean, even got here from Major League Fishing. If I can get it out, I got a call in front of it here. I don't usually pull things out, but let's see. So here's one of my pictures of Mark Davis and myself and Paul Elias. So, you know, all Hall of Famers in Bass Fishing Hall of Fame. So I keep that here too. And it's just a lot of neat stuff. So a lot of great memories. And hey, this is my bass cave.